The Little Garden Gnome. Once upon a time, in a small, colorful garden, there lived a little garden gnome named Gus. Gus was a cheerful gnome with a bright red hat and a blue jacket. He loved taking care of the flowers, plants, and all the tiny creatures that lived in the garden. One sunny morning, Gus noticed that the flowers were drooping and the grass was losing its green color. "Oh no," Gus said, "the garden needs water." Gus quickly grabbed his tiny watering can and began watering the flowers, but his can was too small to water the entire garden. Gus felt sad and worried. "How can I save the garden with just this little can?" he wondered. As Gus was thinking, he heard a soft rustling sound. It was Daisy, the butterfly. "Hello, Gus," Daisy said. "Why do you look so worried?" "The garden needs water, but my can is too small to help," Gus explained. Daisy fluttered her wings thoughtfully. "Maybe we can ask our friends to help." With a flutter of wings, Daisy flew off to gather the garden creatures. Soon, she returned with Benny the bunny, Freddy the frog, and a group of busy bees. They all wanted to help. "We can form a water brigade," Benny suggested. "We'll pass buckets of water from the pond to the garden." Excited by the idea, Gus and his friends quickly formed a line from the pond to the garden. Freddy filled the buckets with water, and the bees, Benny, Daisy, and Gus passed the buckets along, pouring water onto the thirsty plants. The teamwork and friendship made the work go quickly. Before long, the flowers began to perk up, the grass turned green again, and the whole garden looked fresh and beautiful. Gus was overjoyed. "Thank you, everyone," he said with a big smile. "We saved the garden together." That evening, as the sun set, Gus and his friends gathered in the garden. The flowers seemed to glow in the soft light, and the garden creatures sang a happy song. Gus felt grateful for his friends and realized that even the smallest gnome could make a big difference with a little help. As Gus settled down for the night, he knew that the garden would always be beautiful as long as they all worked together. And so Gus, the garden gnome, and his friends lived happily ever after, taking care of their lovely garden and sharing their adventures. The end.